It was like, I think since the conservatorship, I'm in a conservatorship, is the 3rd year of me being under that, and I felt like a lot of the things were planned for me to do.
We were told Britney Spears needed a conservatorship to protect her from herself. But what if that wasn't the full truth? What if this was all about power, control, and millions of dollars? The people who claimed to help her were the ones profiting the most. This was a calculated power grab against Britney. So what was the real reason behind her conservatorship? When Britney Spears was placed under conservatorship in 2008, the official reason was her mental health struggles. But while the world was told she couldn't take care of herself, she was still releasing albums and generating millions of dollars in revenue. Her father, Jamie Spears, was at the center of it all. He became the CEO of Britney's empire. With full control over her finances, he paid himself a salary of $16,000 per month plus $2,000 for office space. He also took a percentage of her earnings, including profits from her massively successful Las Vegas residency, which grossed nearly $137 million. And it wasn't just her father benefiting from this system. Her business manager, Lou Taylor, also made millions in the process. Taylor's firm, TriStar Sports and Entertainment, managed Britney's estate for years, but serious questions arose about how the money was being handled. Even more disturbing, reports surfaced that Jamie and Taylor had discussed putting Britney under conservatorship as early as 2007, before her public breakdown even happened. But perhaps the biggest red flag? Her court-appointed attorney, Sam Ingham, was supposed to represent her interests, yet he never once filed to end the conservatorship in over a decade. He was being paid $500,000 a year. In a shocking moment, Britney revealed in court that she didn't even know she could fight to end the arrangement because her lawyer had never informed her. When Britney finally did start pushing back, Jamie made sure she had no chance of winning. He used her money to hire high-powered attorneys to defend the conservatorship, billing over $2 million in legal fees to Britney's estate. And the most disturbing revelation, Britney was allegedly being spied on. A former security employee later testified that Britney's father wanted absolute control over her life, down to her most private moments. Every moment of her life, especially her struggles, became a spectacle that raked in millions for entertainment networks. What most people didn't realize at the time was that the media wasn't just documenting Britney's downfall, it was actively fueling it. By the mid-2000s, paparazzi culture was at its peak, and Britney was the most profitable celebrity on the planet. The demand for photos of her was so high that agencies offered bounties for exclusive shots. When she shaved her head in 2007 and when she attacked a paparazzi's car with an umbrella, the photo alone was reportedly sold for $500,000. Paparazzi would deliberately provoke her, following her everywhere, shouting insults, flashing cameras in her face, even blocking her car so she couldn't leave certain places. They knew that any emotional reaction would sell better than a simple photo. The same tabloids that spent years building her up as America's sweetheart were now making millions tearing her down. Even the major media outlets joined in, airing hit pieces and broadcasting her lowest moments on national television. And if that wasn't enough, the talk show hosts mocked her. Late-night comedians made jokes at her expense, and even respected publications questioned whether she was mentally fit to be a mother. But the real question is, who was feeding these stories to the press? Some reports suggest that Britney's own team played a role in shaping the narrative, using the media frenzy to justify keeping her under conservatorship. Negative press helped build the case that Britney was too unstable to control her own life, making it easier for her father and legal team to argue that she needed to remain under their control. For over a decade, Britney Spears was one of the most famous women in the world. But when it came to her own life, she had no voice. Every attempt to fight back was met with manipulation and legal loopholes that ensured she had no way out. And when she did try to push back, her own money was used against her. Every time she challenged the conservatorship, Jamie Spears and his legal team used Britney's millions to hire top-tier lawyers, while she was forced to rely on a court-appointed attorney who barely fought for her. But Britney wasn't completely alone. Her fans started to notice something wasn't right. They saw the odd social media posts, the carefully controlled public appearances, and the fact that Britney, one of the biggest pop stars in the world, wasn't allowed to make basic decisions about her own life. That's when the hashtag Free Britney movement was born. What started as a small group of devoted fans quickly turned into a global movement demanding justice for Britney. They analyzed court documents, spread awareness, and called out the people profiting from her conservatorship. At first, the media mocked them, dismissing them as conspiracy theorists. But when Britney finally spoke out in court in June 2021, revealing the abuse and control she endured, everything changed. Her testimony was heartbreaking and enraging. She described how she was forced to work, medicated against her will, and denied the right to have children. The world finally listened, and the pressure became too big to ignore. Within months, the conservatorship was officially terminated. Britney Spears may have won her legal freedom, but the fight isn't over. After 13 years under conservatorship, she's finally in control of her life. But what about her career? Will she ever step back onto the stage and reclaim the pop star life that was taken from her? For now, Britney has made it clear she's not rushing back into the industry that exploited her. She's focused on healing, enjoying the freedom she was denied for so long, and living life on her own terms. Because Britney's battle wasn't just about one superstar, it exposed a much bigger problem. If someone as powerful and famous as Britney Spears could be stripped of her rights so easily, what does that mean for others who don't have a global fan base fighting for them? What are your thoughts on Britney's conservatorship? Like and subscribe to stay tuned because Britney may finally be free, but the conversation isn't over.